Baby, it's the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you say my name, Jada. Hello everyone, welcome to the Viral Report. I'm Lamar. Alright, so let's get into this thing. So right now over on Black Twitter, Alsina, Jada, and Will Smith are trending heavily, and the memes are being cranked out faster than most people can type. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with the situation, 24-year-old R&B singer Alsina recently confirmed what some had been speculating for the last few years, that August had been tapping Jada's small-ass stomach guts. Now, in a recent interview with Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club, August revealed his strong soul ties connection with Jada Pinkett and how the breakup almost ripped him up inside.
Who is August linked to romantically? Because you're never very open about that. Like, we've seen you, you know, out on dates, and we've assumed certain things. And I remember you put out this song, Nunya, and a lot of people were saying, okay, you know, August is dating Jada Pinkett Smith, and that was something that was circulating as a rumor, and that kind of solidified it to people. So what was the real situation with Jada Pinkett Smith? Because I don't know if you were pursuing her or you guys had just a close family type of relationship, and I would love for you to be able to shed that.
I don't think that it's ever important for people to know what I do, who I sleep with, who I date, right? But in this instance, it's very different because, as I said, there's so many people that are side-eyeing me, looking at me questionable about it. I mean, but I've never done anything wrong. I love those people, literally, like my family. I don't have a bad thing to say about them. They are beautiful people. I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, you know, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life, you know, and I truly and really, really deeply loved and have a ton of love for her. I devoted myself to it. I gave my full self to it. So much so to the point that I can die right now and be okay with knowing that I truly gave myself to somebody.
Right, you did the right thing.
And I really loved a person. I experienced that. I know what that feels like, and some people never get that in this lifetime. So I know that I'm completely blessed. And this conversation is difficult because there's so much that it would be hard for people to understand. But once it starts to affect me in my livelihood, I have to speak up about my truth and stand on my 10 with anything that may come along with it. And I have literally never been in love in that kind of a way. So much so that being intertwined in that way, walking away from it, butchered me. Like I'm shaking right now because it almost killed me. Not almost, it did. It pushed me into being another person, my newer self. It broke me down. It was a part of me being paralyzed, trying to pull myself apart from it. It probably will be the hardest thing that I've ever experienced in this lifetime. And you know, it's difficult because I never want to be the person to cause any confusion or step on toes, right?
You want to be honest.
But I want to honor myself, and I want to honor my authenticity. And if honoring my authenticity means you hate me, stone me, shoot me, crucify me, whatever, bury me an honest man.
I'm definitely one who believes that people should stay out of other people's sexual affairs. Usually it's other single people concerned who you're dating and giving good youthful lunch meat to, you know? In the case of Alsina, he got hooked on some great, powerful, in-depth conversation a young woman just can't give him. He got hooked on a unique bedroom experience with a bag of tricks only an older, seasoned woman can give him. And he got hooked on him spending intimate quality time with a childhood celebrity crush. I mean, what man from the hood haven't lusted after Jada Pinkett, especially in the 90s? And that's exactly what his young mind is still hooked on. He had a great good nut bust with an older woman who happens to be one of his celebrity fantasies, and I can tell he doesn't have that much experience with women as far as a girlfriend goes, because any experienced dater could see this relationship was nothing but meat pounding and great pillow talk, also known as a booty call. So after that interview went viral and social media started knocking at Jada, Will, and Jaden Smith's doors, Will and Jada decided to have a seat at the red table to talk about what happened involving Jada's cougar entanglement with youthful Alsina.
I felt like it was important to come to the table to really clear the air. Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made, that went cray-cray.
And one of the reasons why I wanted to come to the table is the media, the headlines. We specifically never said anything.
Yes.
We were purposely not saying anything. Any headline that says Jada said or Will said or the Smith said is not true. We've specifically never said anything.
Right.
So coming to the table was like, we just felt like it got to the point where you gotta say something.
It's healing that needs to happen. And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in. And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent. This is a very personal journey that became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago. Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help. You know, me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick, yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, you know, to help pull him through. And from there, you know, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. You know?
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, you know, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of
entanglement
with August.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
An entanglement?
Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely. I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself. And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
You know, you, during that time, launched into an interaction with August. What do you feel like you were looking for?
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
Now the Smiths, they could have kept quiet and said nothing, but they had to say something to protect Will's brand and whatever's left of Jada's career, because we know and Will knows that he had to come out to protect his brand and positive image throughout this controversy. I think this interview, while it allowed Jada to state her side, it made Will look very weak. Because how does a husband allow another man to get into multiple years of entanglements with his wife? In fact, who's to say that Will and Jada are even still married, because they've long abandoned their wedding rings. They don't even wear them anymore. But no one's talking about that. I think these two have been unhappy for years, but they've been trying to impress you, the fans, who idolize their union. So I'm asking and posing the question, was it all fake throughout these last 10 plus years? I want you all to be the judge. Check out these 2 quick videos of Will and Jada trying to convince us of their true love, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
Married to like my brother.
I know.
I still kind of.
You were like one of the first ones to know about that little.
I was.
About Will.
And I never told. I can keep a secret. Can we share some of that?
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
Jada would come into my trailer and tell me, girl, she was in love.
Yes. And
With
still
Will.
am.
And still are.
Yeah.
I love that.
Wow, wow, wow. The kids are going to be out a little later. But people call the Smiths the first family of Hollywood because they do everything, acting, singing, producing, on and on. Was this part of a master plan you all have?
No.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, Oprah.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty much how we seen it.
Yeah, we fell into it.
But I hear that you all really do set goals, that there is a marriage business plan.
Yes.
No, really, you could write a book about that and help a lot of people. There's a marriage business plan.
You know what we discovered is
Look at Jada's shoes. Would somebody just take a shot of that? Hello. Okay.
No, it's crazy. I almost wore them. It would have been a mess out here. You know?
But a marriage business plan.
You know, it's like if you don't have a goal, you know, if you don't have a purpose for your relationship and pretty much anything, it's like if you don't have a purpose, if you don't have a place that you're going, something that you want to accomplish, something you want to do, you can really get lost in the murk of the journey.
There has to be a vision for.
There has to be a vision, right?
Yes.
So why are we together? You know, it's like, I mean, you fine, you know. You know, but as an answer for why 2 spirits would join together and decide to travel this perilous journey of life together, fine, or you can cook, or you keep the house protected, that's really not enough. There's so much more that you have to be dedicated to.
Wow.
You know, to
that is so true.
Together.
So what is the bigger vision for your marriage? What is the bigger?
Well, we had to figure that out because we're 2 big beings that came together.
Yes.
And I had my vision and he had his. And so we had to join it. And so we decided.
You just do what she say. You know?
Yeah, basically. That's the vision.
Do you put a lot of effort in the relation? I mean, you look fantastic. Do
Well,
look like
you
this
see
at
who
home?
I'm married to.
Yes, I see.
gotta keep it right, Oprah.
Are you looking like this at home? If we came to your house, are you in high heels and?
Absolutely not. I'm in black Russell sweatsuit. Most of the time. Well, I have so much to do, you know. But you know, he gets his treats.
Yeah.
He gets. I don't slip up on that.
I want to know what you do to keep this flame burning as hot as it seems to
Now,
be.
how saucy do you want to get, Oprah?
Hey, we got
How
kids in the
saucy
green
do you
room.
wanna
We
get?
got kids in the green room.
You know, one of the things that I realized about Will, to keep it spontaneous, I surprise him because he's a thinker. He's always in his head.
I'm gonna take a sip of this.
He's always, you know, he's always thinking, you know.
Always thinking.
So I always surprise him. I always surprise him. Now, I don't know if you want to
Hey.
get in on how I surprise him.
I wouldn't mind hearing 1 or 2.
Okay. Well, like even during the day, I might send a sexy picture of some sort.
Hey, hey Mom.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
Specific about what kind of picture.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just a reminder
just a reminder of what's waiting at
of
home.
what's to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and if he's on the set with me on Hawthorne,
Yes.
we might take a little break.
So what would we be most surprised to know about him? What would we be most surprised to know?
Most surprised to know about Will. I would say probably how
sensitive he is. He's extremely sensitive. Extremely sensitive. And not just in feeling, but just his intuition.
Yeah.
You know, and I think people would be very surprised at how, I know people see Will as being very cheery and happy and everything, but he's got one of the most beautiful, most generous hearts. You know, and just how he loves people.
It's a pleasure to me, and I'ma make sure no man ever measure to me like running D. You and me are together forever.
So was their love all fake? I don't think so, but their love is not as strong as it was 20 years ago, and people have to remember that these two are trained actors, and they've only recently began to expose their personal lives to the public after living behind the traditional celebrity wall of secret for years. That's the wall that some people would like to see happen again, where you don't know much about your favorite celebrity other than what you see on TV. But for the Smiths, it took their children nearing adulthood and Will turning 50 and tired of living this romance lie to finally share to the world a part of their life.
I remember the day I retired. I literally said to Jada, that's it. I retire. I retire from trying to make you happy. I need you to go make yourself happy and just prove to me that it's even possible.
Their social media presence is 99% branding and 1% behind the scenes of their life, and even that's controlled. Now, let's revisit why August Alsina is so hooked on Jada Pinkett. It's the same reason Tupac was hooked on her. She has this thing with men that makes them fall head over heels for her, and it's because she's excellent with wordplay. Don't be fooled. Jada loves a man who would cling to her and who she has influence over. She had Tupac so hypnotized he couldn't stop kissing on her, writing her poems, and immediately ready to give her his brain, kidney, lungs, and balls. All because you only get that type of love once in a lifetime. Sounds familiar? She robbed whiny, pipey Alsina and told Tupac to keep his head up and keep on writing her letters. This woman is a mind witch to any guy she's sexing. I want you all to go ahead and check out Tupac and Jada describing their unique relationship. Notice how Jada talks about Tupac. It's the same way August talked about their love experience. So I don't know, maybe Jada learned the mind tricks from Mr. Hit 'em Up, and I ain't mad at you, himself. I want you all to go ahead and check out this video, and I'll be right back to wrap up my commentary.
Jada Pinkett. Jada is my heart. You know what I mean? She will be my friend for my whole life. Or maybe I'll be down to scoop you up later in life. You ain't all shriveled up. We'll be all together. Be like Ozzie Davis and Ruby Dee.
Pick, you know you always got a place in my heart.
She can have my one heart, my liver, my lungs, my kidneys, my blood, marrow.
I met at Baltimore School of the Arts. It was the first day, and he came over to me and introduced himself. And in high school, Paco was a little funny looking. Definitely from looking at him, wasn't necessarily like the type of cat that I would even like deal with, you know. But as soon as he approached me, he was like a magnet. It was like once you paid attention to him, he kind of sucked you in. And we hit it off from that moment on. He would tell me all the time, Jada, you're gonna be a star. You know what I mean? I'm like, Pa, come on. He's like, you're gonna be a star. You got it. You just got it. I don't think either one of us really thought that we would have made it in the way that we did. But we knew we were gonna do something. He was one of my best friends. He was like a brother. And sorry. He was I mean, it was beyond friendship for us, you know, as far as just it's really difficult to explain because the type of relationship we had, you only get that once in a lifetime. So he was like a brother, father figure to me. Very protective, and we took really good care of each other. We took really good care of each other, the best that we could.
but we gave each other a lot.
Alright, y'all just seen Jada and Tupac describing their friendship. And this is why she and Will was destined to fail. Jada really loves street guys who also have a sensitive side. She also loves musicians and stays with Will because she can't truly see herself with anyone else outside of him. The next upgrade from Will is a billionaire, and she'd find a billionaire man boring. So yeah, she longs to find the love she shared with Tupac and thought she possibly could find this in a young 20-something-year-old man. And I'm sure she got with August, the possibility to relive her youth with some younger man who was also going through a crisis when she met him. Don't get me wrong, August is not innocent by any means. But the feelings Jada, Pac, and August were describing in this video is purely soul ties. And it seems like the men who've experienced soul ties with Jada has allegedly either died or their minds have been mentally hijacked. I mean, just look at poor little August. He went from fighting for his life to fighting the afterthoughts of Jada Pinkett. I believe Will was smart to wake the hell up and cut off any sexual ties with her. That's why he's been spotted on vacation with women around the same ages as his two sons. And I have to say, when Will was at the red table, all I could think of was he was probably, thinking, why can't your side piece keep his mouth closed? You don't see my side pieces exposing me. Now I gotta sit at this dang on table and act like I care about this issue when I could be shooting a new creative video for my Instagram page. So in closing, I think the problem in the relationship lies with Jada. Will stays on the go too much, and it's all to avoid her. And her children, they don't take that many pictures with her. So that's a telltale sign right there. And Willow is only at the red table talk to be nosy. So that concludes this video. I want to know your thoughts down below. Let's get those thoughts and opinions entangled right down in the comment section below. I love you for watching. I'll catch that beautiful face in the next one. Peace.
I walked into her bedroom, I put it down, that's certain. Man, your girl be on my chest.
Maybe cause I'm everything you're not. See?
Are you about to kill this man?
Pop these niggas like.
Who the
playing. I didn't do it.
Oh man, if you made it this far in the video, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It ain't a party until you subscribe. I love you for watching. I'll see that beautiful face in the next one. Peace!